I'm Michelle Malte for the Los Angeles Times. Could the Surface Pro 3 be the thing that kicks your PC off your desktop? Well, that's the hope that Microsoft has. And I'm joined by Sal Rodriguez. Hi, Sal.
Hey, Michelle.
And you've got in your hot little hands the new Surface.
Yeah, so this is the Surface Pro 3, which Microsoft unveiled earlier this month, and they will finally it'll go on sale June 20th. So yeah, this is their third generation of their tablet, and it seems like for the most part, their aim for this tablet is to sell it as a replacement for your laptop. I think they've kind of have come to the realization that they're not going to be able to beat Apple at its own game. They definitely have to, come up with a different strategy, or, fully embrace the strategy that this isn't just an alternative to the iPad, but an alternative to both the iPad and the MacBook Air.
Now, Sal, why hasn't it caught on as a tablet? We have one in our house, and it's a solid machine.
I don't know. I mean, but the biggest thing is probably that just Apple just got a head start on tablets, ahead of everybody. That's why really no one has been able to really play catch up. I mean, has been able to catch up. So everyone is still in that mode. But here's the actual gadget itself, which you guys can hopefully see. This device, it's got a slightly taller screen than before. It measures 12 inches. Previously, the first two generations were 10.6-inch screens, and they were very wide. I'm just going to tilt it here. I think this is the better angle. Before they were very wide, but that made it really awkward to hold vertically, which, with like an iPad, you can definitely hold it horizontal or vertically, and it's pretty comfortable. The old Surfaces were, very weird. This is, in my opinion, because I got to check it out a little bit yesterday, this is still a little bit too tall, but it's definitely an improvement. And the screen, it doesn't look so much like a widescreen TV anymore. It definitely looks more like a screen that you would find on a laptop. The other thing is that I believe it's supposed to be lighter and thinner, and it definitely it feels nice. It doesn't feel uncomfortable to hold or anything, which is surprising because even though this totally and fully looks like a tablet, I mean, what I'm holding is a computer. This has a fourth generation Intel Core processor. The prices range from, I believe, $799 to $1,949, and that's the big daddy. It has an i7 Intel Core processor with, I believe, 512 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM. They really intend that, for example, professionals who work with video can, fully render a file on a Surface. So, and they even have to, talking to Microsoft yesterday, they even created a brand new kind of fan so that this thing doesn't overheat without, taking up too much space. I mean, look, it's pretty thin, and not being too loud. So.
It definitely looks thinner than earlier iterations. Has the kickstand, I noticed, has changed a little bit too.
Yeah, so the first generation, I think it had one angle. The second generation had two angles, and now they just, why limit it? Now you can just do it all the way, basically. I think it goes back 150 degrees, and it's really up to the user how far back they want to lean that. And so the point of this is that you can, it's definitely for artists, if they want to lean it back all the way and then use the pin that comes with it. Here, let me get that out real quick so you guys can kind of get an idea. Just use that pin and just start drawing at whatever angle is most comfortable for them. And for some, that might be laying it completely flat, and for others, it might be just having it.
Okay, we lost Sal for a second. He'll be coming back. Here we are. We lost you for a second there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically, they kind of, that way you can just kind of lean the tablet like that a little bit and draw on it. So basically, they really thought about the artists when they designed this. They kind of spoke about how if you are a designer, sometimes you're limited to your office. If you're trying to create. But with the Surface Pro 3, you can, go to the beach or whatever, and you could, do your illustrations right there. So that's the point of that. But for the general consumer, um, they Microsoft is hoping that this is the kind of, like, this starts at a way higher price than an iPad, right? An iPad, I believe, starts at like $499, something like that. This starts at $799, and so the way that Microsoft is justifying this is that they're pitching it as something that will replace both your laptop and your tablet. And
Now, one thing that your laptop comes with that the Surface Pro does not is a keyboard.
mhm.
You have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, definitely. And so, I mean, like other tablets, it has an on-screen keyboard, but if you want that really nice keyboard, which I'll pull that out next, that they work really hard on, it's an awesome addition to the Surface, but you got to pay an extra $129.99. But if you've owned previous versions of the Surface, you're in luck, because according to Microsoft, all Surface keyboards still work with all Surface devices. So
Well, that's unlike Apple. Things work with the next generation.
yeah, so I mean that's some good news for Microsoft users if they're just trying to move up to a new version. But this is the latest one, and it's wider to fit the new Surface, and it's got a longer trackpad. So pretty cool stuff. And it's these keys definitely, like, they give you some bounds. So I'm assuming that they'll be nice for writing. So yeah, but if you do end up getting the keyboard, then the price goes up, more than $900 at that point. So it's kind of a trade-off, but that's what I'll be testing for. I'm interested to see, what is the battery life like, because if it can go toe-to-toe with like an iPad, which, Apple from the very first model has been able to power for about 10 hours per charge, then I mean that's pretty good stuff. Another way that they justify it is that unlike an iPad, with the Surface, you can have multiple accounts, right? So just like you might have a family computer, this can be a family tablet. So Microsoft, the Surface hasn't been able to break through, at least through the first two generations, but at least every version has continued to improve. Like, they find the weakness and they make it better. So maybe this will finally be the one that breaks through, but we'll see.
We'll see, and Sal will be checking it out, putting it through its paces, and he'd love to hear from you. So if you have any questions specifically about the Surface, you can tweet him at Sal19, or you can leave your questions on the story on this post that we have here or on the video, and stay in touch with us. I'm Michelle Malte for Sal Rodriguez and the Los Angeles Times. Thanks for joining us.